Year 2, welcome to your comprehension video for Monday the 1st of March. So we're here for our second week of this half term doing our home learning, and we're going to have a think about our comprehension session for today. So Monday the 1st of March, can I answer questions about a non-fiction text? Can I answer questions about a non-fiction text? Remind yourself what a non-fiction text is. It is a text that is about facts and information and about real life things, isn't it? So fiction is stories and made up texts. Non-fiction texts are real and about facts. We have got some retrieval questions today, like we are getting really good at and used to. And then we have got some true or false questions today. So because we haven't had true or false questions in this way, we're going to start by practicing some true or false questions. Okay, so we're going to have a look at a non-fiction text all about cats. Okay, so hopefully you can see that all right. So this non-fiction text then says all about cats. And it's got a subheading, what are cats? So if you can see it quite well and you want to pause it and have a little go at reading it yourself, that is super. If not, I'm going to read it to you and we're going to have a see how we can use it to answer some true or false questions. So it says, what are cats? Cats are furry, four-legged mammals. They are one of the most popular pets in the world and are kept by people in many different countries. Okay? So then it gives us an image of a cat and it's got some labels. It's got some labels to give us some information. So it says excellent hearing, eyes that can see in the dark, whiskers to measure spaces, strong sense of smell. If something is strong, if someone is strong in some areas, if it's a strong sense of smell, do you think that would be a good sense of smell or not so good if it's a strong sense of smell? Have a think. Claws for gripping, long tail for balance. Okay, so it uses its tail to help it to balance. Then the next subheading says, how do cats communicate? So we communicate mostly or in a lot of ways by talking, don't we, lots of us? But how do cats communicate? Kittens meow at their mothers when they need milk. Cats purr when they are content and comfortable. If a cat hisses, this means that it is angry or scared. So we're going to just use just that bit of information that we've read so far to answer some true or false questions. So let's see what they are. Okay, write true or false for each sentence. And that's what you're going to have to do today in your book for one of the questions. Write true or false for each sentence. And do make sure you are copying the spelling of it carefully. So, cats are mammals. And again, just like with our retrieval questions, even if it is something that you think you know, we're going to go and prove it. So cats are mammals. Let's see if we have that information in our text. Okay, cats are mammals. So we've got cats, tells us cats there. Cats are furry, four-legged mammals. So because it's got the information there, we know that that fact is true, don't we? We know that that fact is true because we proved it by finding it in the text. So all we need to write is the word true. We don't need to put it into a sentence. We're just writing true or false. Cats are mammals. That is true. We proved it and found the evidence in the text. Cats can see in the dark. Let's go back to our text. Let's go down. I can see a little label pointing to its eyes, which is what we use to see. So let's see what it says. Eyes that can see in the dark. So that's another fact that is true. Cats can see in the dark because we found where it tells us it in the text. Next one. Cats have claws for scratching. Cats have claws for scratching. I've got a cat and I think it might scratch, but let's see what it says in the text. Oh, there's an arrow pointing to its claws. Claws for gripping. So the claws help the cats to grip when they are climbing or walking on something. So cats' claws can scratch, but the main purpose of the claws, it tells us in the text, are for gripping. So that information isn't in the text. So that sentence then is false. But all's false. Okay, next one. Cats hiss when they are angry. So hiss is our key word, isn't it, that we're going to find in the text? I think that one was in the communicating bit, wasn't it? Let's find the word hiss. Or if a cat hisses, this means that it is angry or scared. Angry or scared. So cats hiss when they are angry. That's true because we found where it tells us it in the text. And we have one more. One more. Cats have a bad sense of smell. Let's go and see. What did it say? We talked a little bit about this, didn't we? Cats have a strong sense of smell. If the sense of smell is strong, that means it is a good sense of smell. So they are very, very good at smelling. So that one would be false. They don't have a bad sense of smell. They have a strong or a good sense of smell. Okay, super. Right, now we've practiced then the true or false questions. We're going to think about our text for today. So our text for today, this is a very strange word here too. It says ukuleles. Ukuleles. If you know what a ukulele is, you can tell you're grown up now. If not, I'm going to show you a picture. What is a ukulele? It's a little bit like a guitar. It's an instrument, a musical instrument that people can play that is a little bit like a guitar. So it's a non-fiction text and it is about ukuleles. You might want to have a little prediction. What sorts of facts and information do you think we could find out about ukuleles? Have a little chat with your grown-up. Okay, think about our tricky words then before you go away to read. We had this one when we thought about our submarines. Remember the Y makes an I sound, so this word is to I. So we're going to think about what type of instrument a ukulele is. Okay, we had a similar word for this one the other day. So this one is ease. So letter I makes the E sound in that word. Ease, easier. If something is easier, it means it's not as hard to do, isn't it? Not as difficult. If something is easy, it means it's not difficult to do. Something is easier, it means it's not as hard to do as something else. Easier. Okay. So OW in this word makes an O sound, like in the word grow. And then K and N makes the sound because the K is a silent letter. So that word is the word no. Not as in yes and no, but when we know something. I know that the sun is shining today. I know that I'm very excited for when we can come back to school. It's no. Hey, we've thought about that word a little bit before. So the letter U makes a U sound in this word. So it is musical. Musical. If something is musical, it means that it is to do with music. A person who is musical would be good at music. An instrument that is a musical instrument would be an instrument for playing music. Musical. Oh, here we go. This word's a long word. We're going to chunk it. In, instrument. Instrument. Remember, we talked about how when we get a long word, we don't just go, oh, that's a long word, I don't know what it says. We see if we can break it into chunks. So instrument. Instrument. We thought about that one. That's really, really tricky because it's got you and I making a strange sound. You and I making a strange sound. That is the word guitar. That's the word guitar. So eat. Oh, it's as if that makes an E sound in the middle. Guitar. When I studied ukulele, it's a little bit like a guitar. Hi. That one's a number. That one's a number. The number 4. Or 4. It's got a U in there. It looks like that would say hour, but it is the number 4 for or. 4. And then we've got a couple of words that we're going to think about how we read them, but also the definition and the meaning. So it's got a capital letter, so we know it's the name of something. This one is the name of a place, and it says Hawaii. Hawaii, and it's got a very strange spelling. It's Hawaii, and Hawaii is a state of America, so it is a place in America. Hawaii. Hi. This one then says flea. Flea. You might know what a flea is, especially if you've had pets, because pets can sometimes get fleas. So a flea is a small jumping insect. Hi. And then we've got this word. Stand. Looks like it would be odd. Standard, that word. And standard can mean a couple of different things. So standard can mean a level of quality. So we might say to you, we want your work to be of a high standard, which means it's really, really good quality. Or standard can mean things that are usual or normal. So if we think about a normal day at Sandon, we could say that would be a standard day, normal, usual. Whereas if we have a day like we had our poetry day, that is a day that would not be normal or usual. So it would not be a standard day. That's quite a tricky one, I thought. Okay. So phonics maths might help you with your reading as well today, as well as your tricky words. So remember, we are ukuleles and we are on page 6. Ukuleles, page 6. On your marks, get set and read. Back you come when you're done. Okay, did you read? Are you done? Super. Now, because we had a look at our true or false questions at the start, we're not going to look at any practice questions from the text today because we've already done a little practice of some questions. So we're going to have a little look at our text, the questions that it asks us, and then we're going to see our challenge. Okay, so what you may have noticed in the text is it was set out a little bit differently than some of our other text because each part of it was in bullet points. So each part of the text had those little dots and we call those bullet points. And you might see bullet points sometimes in a list or a set of instructions, but sometimes information can be organised into bullet points. It's a bit similar to paragraphs separating the information. Okay, so you've had a go reading your text. Let's have a look at our questions then. There are only 3 questions today, but question 3 does have 3 parts to it. So question 1, why are ukuleles easier to play than guitars? And hopefully you remember reading some information similar to that because that one is a retrieval question. So we're thinking about why are ukuleles easier to play than guitars? So we want to find where it says about that in the text. Those are our key words, aren't they? So we found our keywords in the question. We're going to find our keywords in the text, and hopefully that will give us the answer. Question 2. Copy a word from the text that means the same as normal. Now think back to our tricky words at the start when we thought about the definitions, because we have talked about that one. And then question 3 is like our practice questions that we thought about with the cat. Okay, question 3 says write true or false for each sentence. So you have got ukulele is a Hawaiian word. Ukulele means jumping flea. Ukuleles are large instruments. And again, don't just know it, you want to show it. So go back and find it. I've been loving seeing the photos of your texts where I can see you are circling or underlining your information to prove it. Okay, so 3 questions today. And then I have got you a challenge. Well, actually, I've got you a couple of challenges that you might want to do today. One of them says, it's a little bit like when we do questions that give our opinion. If you could learn to play an instrument, what would you choose and why? So I would like to ask your opinion on musical instruments, and I would like you to write that in a sentence for me. Maybe some of you already play an instrument, so if you do, please could you write that down and let me know. Tell me what instrument you play and how long you've played for and if you like it. Maybe even I could see a little video of you playing if any of you do. But if you don't, I would like your opinion. If you could learn to play an instrument, what would you choose and why? And then that's only a short one. So my second challenge is a musical one, because we've been thinking about instruments and I love listening to music. I have found a song called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is from The Wizard of Oz, and you might know it. But it is a version of the song that's been played on a ukulele. So I will send you the link on Marvelous Me to the song. If you would like to, have a little listen to it, and then I would like you to tell me, do you like it? Why or why not? So your 2 challenges, if you get them done today, are both about giving your opinion. Do you like the song? Why or why not? And if you can play any instrument, which one would you choose? Okay, look forward to seeing your answers to those and seeing your questions from your books today. Well done, you two. Work really, really hard, and we'll see you tomorrow for Wednesday.